Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ready to unlock some serious English fluency. We're ditching the overwhelm and diving straight into the habits that truly make a difference.
Exactly. Forget cramming those grammar rules. We're talking simple steps, consistent action, kind of like building a house brick by brick.
Perfect analogy.
Hmm.
So, first things first, let's talk about reading. And don't worry, no Shakespeare required.
Yeah, we're not throwing you in the deep end here. Just 30 minutes a day with something you actually enjoy. Could be a blog post, a graphic novel, whatever floats your boat.
Right, it's all about finding that sweet spot, something that matches your level and keeps you coming back for more. And hey, try reading some of it out loud.
Oh, absolutely. It might feel a little weird at first, but trust me, your pronunciation and that natural rhythm of English will thank you for it. It's like a workout for your tongue and your brain.
Totally.
Yeah.
Speaking of workouts, let's talk about training our ears, because reading is just one piece of the puzzle. Habit number 2, active listening. And I'm talking about engaging with real, authentic English.
Yeah, think podcasts, audiobooks, real conversations. The kind where people actually mumble and use slang, stuff you won't find in a textbook.
Exactly. It's like
Okay.
finally understanding those inside jokes.
Hmm.
But seriously, don't be afraid to use subtitles or slow things down at first. You'll be surprised how quickly your brain starts picking things up.
Yeah, it's like piecing together a puzzle. Each time you listen, you're adding another piece, and eventually that aha moment hits, and it all clicks into place.
So we've got reading, we've got listening, but now for the part that tends to make people nervous,
Hmm.
speaking. That inner critic can be a real buzzkill, right?
Oh, tell me about it. But here's the thing. What if we reframe it? Think of it as chatting with your best language partner yourself.
I love that. So we're talking self-talk here.
Yeah.
Narrate your day, practice conversations, even argue with yourself, all in English.
Exactly. You're training those speech muscles, building confidence, and guess what? You can do it anytime, anywhere.
No textbook required. And hey, once you're feeling ready to level up, there are tons of language groups and apps out there for practicing with others.
It's like joining a team. Everyone's learning, everyone makes mistakes, and you can all support each other along the way.
Speaking of surrounding yourself with the language, that brings us to habit number 4, immersion. And this one's all about getting creative.
Think beyond the classroom. Switch your phone settings to English, follow some English-speaking creators on social media, make it fun.
I like it. It's like turning your everyday life into a language learning playground. And you know what else works wonders? Movies and shows with English subtitles.
Right, you're getting that double whammy hearing and seeing the language at the same time. It really helps cement everything.
And who doesn't love a good movie night, right? Learning disguised as entertainment. Okay, so we've covered reading, listening, speaking, and immersing ourselves in the language. Ready for the final habit? This one might surprise you. Writing.
And before you freak out, we're not talking novels here. Just a few minutes each day, jotting down thoughts, maybe journaling or writing emails.
It's like a mini workout for your writing muscles. And you know what's really cool? You can actually track your progress over time by looking back at those old entries.
Yeah, it's like watching a plant grow. You might not see it day to day, but over time, the progress is undeniable. And each time you hit a new word, look it up, use it, and boom, you're building that vocabulary.
So there you have it, our 5 power habits for unlocking fluency. Reading, listening, speaking, immersing, and writing. But now, the real challenge. How do we actually make these habits stick when life gets busy?
Well, it's all about finding those natural fits, right? Like puzzle pieces slotting into your routine. You wouldn't jam a square peg in a round hole, would you?
Nope, definitely not. So we're talking smart swaps, finding those pockets of time that are already there. Maybe you listen to a podcast on your commute, practice speaking while you're getting ready in the morning.
Exactly. Even a little bit each day is better than trying to cram it all in once a week and then burning out. Think of it like watering a plant. Consistent sips are better than one huge downpour.
That's a great way to put it. So find what works for you, start small, and watch those habits grow. And hey, don't forget to celebrate those wins along the way. You know those moments when you read something and don't need to reach for the dictionary?
Oh, absolutely. Those little victories are huge. They keep you motivated, like you're leveling up in a game. And speaking of leveling up, let's talk about something that trips a lot of people up. The fear of making mistakes.
Oof, yeah, that inner critic can be brutal.
Hmm.
But I've heard that making mistakes is actually a good thing.
It really is. Think of it like this. Every time you make a mistake, your brain gets a signal, like a little red flag saying, hey, pay attention here. We need to work on this.
So it's kind of like a built-in feedback system helping you pinpoint those weak spots.
Exactly. So instead of getting discouraged, try to see those mistakes as opportunities to learn and grow. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback either.
Oh, that's a good point. Whether it's a teacher, a language partner, or even just a friend who's fluent. But how can we make sure we're getting the most helpful feedback?
Well, be specific. Don't just say, "How's my English?" Ask about your pronunciation, grammar, things like that. The more targeted your questions, the better the feedback you'll get.
Makes sense. So we've got embracing mistakes, seeking feedback, and you know what else can really boost your language learning journey? Community.
Community's huge. Surrounding yourself with others who are also learning can make such a difference. And honestly, nowadays it's easier than ever to find that community.
Right. There are tons of online forums, language exchange platforms, even local meetups. It's like having a global support network at your fingertips.
And it's not just about support, it's about sharing resources, practicing with native speakers. Plus, learning a language often opens doors to different cultures and perspectives, which is pretty amazing.
Totally. It's like opening up a whole new world of possibilities and maybe even making some lifelong friends along the way. So we've covered a lot today. We've talked about the 5 key habits, fitting them into your routine, embracing those mistakes, seeking feedback, and the magic of community.
And as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with one final thought, something I wish someone had told me when I was starting out. Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in that pursuit of perfection, compare ourselves to others, and feel discouraged.
Yeah, but language learning isn't about being perfect. It's about progress, about enjoying the journey, embracing the challenges, celebrate those little wins along the way.
Exactly. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. And remember, you're not alone in this. There's a whole community out there cheering you on.
So take a deep breath, trust the process, and most importantly, have fun with it. Because when you enjoy the learning process, that fluency, it'll come naturally.
So much great advice. Now it's your turn. What resonated with you the most today? What habit feels like the perfect fit for your life right now?
Remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Start with one habit, make it a part of your routine, and then go from there. It's like building a muscle. Start small and gradually increase the load.
And don't be afraid to experiment. See what works for you. It's all about finding your own groove, what keeps you motivated and excited about learning.
Exactly. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's totally fine. And here's something to keep in mind. Language learning, it's not about reaching some finish line. It's a journey. It's about constantly pushing those boundaries, finding new ways to express yourself.
It's like climbing a mountain, right? I mean, the view from the top is amazing, sure, but it's that climb, the challenges, the aha moments along the way that make it so rewarding.
And just like a mountain, the English language, it's vast. There's always something new to discover, something new to learn, so keep that curiosity alive.
Absolutely. Embrace those challenges and never stop exploring. And hey, remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're all in this together, right?
Right. So share your progress, ask those questions, celebrate each other's wins. It makes the whole experience so much more fun and rewarding when we do it together.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into unlocking English fluency. We hope you're walking away with some fresh ideas, a boost of motivation, and maybe even a few new tricks up your sleeve.
And until next time, happy learning, everyone.